other stream is, yeah. We'll have to cut out all my expletives, and so Omar, no one's watching yet. I won't explain to people that aren't listening. It won't have any context. They'll have to see it later.
Yeah.
I still got a green halo.
There it is. Oh, yeah.
We're watching. Oh, all right. Hey, so for those that are watching, I apologize. Omar has been working to help out with server configurations, and we got a new rack of servers and upgraded some of our architecture. Come on in. Here, I'll scoot over for you. You can get that other mic if you want, but this one,
That's all right.
I don't know if that one actually works. Hopefully. He decided he bumped a power supply basically on a thing as they're shifting things around and trying to shift everything without pulling the plug, and it's a bit of a juggling act right now to upgrade everything without going down. He just bumped the wrong plug, and yep, that'll do it. Frozen picture on Telegram. Great. Great.
Are we still frozen on Telegram? Oh, yeah, because you have to do something else.
Yeah. So, back to the merge real quick. So where I was, the merge is happening. I expect, because of the way that everything is paired and the liquidity pool and automated market maker, I fully expect that some tokens are going to do better than they should, and I think that I'm like, what happened? I probably had I think I had my hands in the air as I was explaining when it froze.
So you look like you're like.
Yeah, so I'm all like a tarantula. That works for me. That's fine. I don't care. So I look super. That's gonna be great. Frozen in time forever.
Wait till Tanya gets a hold of it.
Yeah, she's the queen of photoshopping me with.
Oh man, we Photoshop Rob so many. You don't even know.
Yeah. The
baby Rob fetus.
Has a baby. Yeah.
Maybe Rob has a baby.
They put me in a rocket going to the moon.
Yeah.
I'm a meme. Great. Yeah. No dreadlocks. All kinds of stuff. She has a good time.
Yeah.
So artists do that stuff. They just love putting you in a funny position. So I do expect that there will be a bump in Ethereum's price. So expect that. If it doesn't happen, I'd be surprised. There's already a bump just on the news. Rob Fetus. What?
It's disturbing. It's disturbing.
You're like, what am I looking at, and how can I unsee it?
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
I was not a pretty fetus. I'm not sure what their timeline is. I know that this test is happening before I expected, so who knows when they actually are planning on going live. I don't know if they put out a drop dead date. I haven't been paying attention because I'd kind of written Ethereum off as in the never gonna happen camp because it's been delayed for so long. So, oh no. Rob Fetus NFT, I'm a buyer. No. Thanks for mentioning that, Omar. Eventually, all the stuff that, like, we have done such crazy stuff. Like, all right, when you start a business with people that you're like close friends with and you all get along really good and you blow up, right? You're like, you do crazy things. We've had a ton of fun. There was once our first office was upstairs, and it was this tiny little office, and it was kind of in the ghetto, and it was hot as hell during one summer.
Oh yeah, we had a little bar. It was a small, tiny bar.
We had a bar
in the corner, and just
I don't know why we had a bar.
Yeah, why did we have a bar?
We didn't even do a lot of drinking.
We didn't have alcohol. We had maybe like one bottle.
Couldn't afford alcohol.
Yeah, couldn't afford alcohol.
Right?
And we take off. I mean, and we're gone for a few hours. We leave Rob there. And then
And I'm sweating. I'm all alone. I'm sweating so much. I'm sorry to hear that working alone. So I go up there and I'm looking for drinks, and I don't know if you guys came back or whatever.
Yeah, we came.
But I had my shirt off.
And he's standing behind the bar.
I was alone. I was like, God, I'm just sweating so much.
Then he had shorts on. He had shorts.
I had shorts, but they're like flesh toned kind of. They're like khaki like color, and they look. I was tanner, but yeah, they looked like. And so like I had my shirt off, and I walked back from behind the bar, and I just remember Theo going like, "Holy crap, he's naked." But I wasn't. But to this day, he still suggests that I was naked in the office.
It was terrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before that, were you with us when we were at Starbucks? Not really. We had the office.
Mm-mm.
You've never
guys,
seen
I
us.
remember before we got together, you guys were always having your meetings at Starbucks.
Yeah. It was. We had like our table at Starbucks, and like, excuse me, you're at our. That's our office right there. So you're gonna have to move. So, but I mean, you do what you got to do. Today we launched a new company. In about
Hey, let's launch a company. Okay.
Yeah, we launched it to work hand in hand tandem with Anubit coin, and it's out of necessity, and applying for like we've got other people on board for payment processing, but one of the goals that we've had is getting rates down as low as they can go. And because I hate fees. I don't know how you guys, there's a cost of doing business. And I'm not saying that money exchanging hands is a bad, I don't like fees in general. As a principle, get them as low as possible. Don't gouge me.
Yeah, I don't like nickel and diming. I call it nickel and diming, where it's like everywhere you turn, there's a fee for this, there's a fee for that. And I hate that.
So we had our path A, path B, path C that we always have backups upon backups of plans. What's the easiest way to do it? What's the best way to do it for growth? What's the and so plan C got executed today. I had warned the team yesterday. I was like, hey, listen, we're trying to go through a payment processor that is extremely aggressive on pricing so that you guys pay less fees, so we all pay less fees when we're buying Anubits. I want to make the buy-in as painless, easy, and lowest cost as possible. Not cheap in the sense that cheap I think of synonymous with like the type of services that's delivered. I just want to lower the cost, and I want to give the same excellent. So part of the problem is our preferred payment processor does not like working with crypto, but we're kind of like get her done people, and so what we did is we launched a new middleman company that's just going to sit in between the transactions. We're doing a simple way. This middleman company is going to accept payments. It's going to generate points. And then Anubit coin is just coincidentally is willing to accept those points and give
without giving up too much secret sauce.
Yeah, and it allows, so it creates a buffer. It's a win in a couple ways. First off, it allows us to lower our transaction fees by wide margins. It's another step that we can build, but we have we build it as a standalone, so it has its own domain, website, and all that. But it'll be doing the payment processing for us, and also we can, if other people want, other coins wanted to use it as a payment processor, we could potentially, let it be used elsewhere. We're developing it. We pretty much already developed it. Yeah. So we just have to change some of the variables, and then a new Bitcoin will use it through API. Shut up. Does it have, okay, this just came. You want to put it up to the camera so they can see the, there's hearts, spin it around. It's, yeah. So Robbie, great. Thanks for that.
No grown man.
Is there a rainbow on there?
No straight grown man would drink that.
No, I like foo-foo drinks. I like foo-foo drinks. I have no shame in my game. Thank you.
Oh, there's a little rainbow on there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And
how come you didn't get sprinkles on it like you always get?
They wouldn't do it.
They wouldn't do the little sprinkles?
thank you.
Jeez.
I needed another 1,000 calories, so that's perfect. I'm trying to bulk up, for the winter. It's a cafe vanilla frappuccino double blended with whip. Oh yeah. Rumor has it they're good. So anyway, we're gonna have that middleman sit in between. That's really I can charge. We could go with our existing ones and charge 3%, 4% for payment processing, be just like everybody else. Some of them are 7%, some are 10% of the transaction they're taking for just processing the crypto transaction. This gets us down into 1 to 2% range. So it is big. It's just extra hoops for us to jump through to make it happen. So anyway, so we're doing it. We already. The other thing that's nice is sometimes your bank, if they don't like a debit card purchase, sometimes they'll flag your account if you're buying crypto, and they can freeze your account. Just because banks, as much as they purport that they're pro crypto, a lot of them aren't. Once we get it all kind of dialed in, so we're using 3 systems. We're using Anubis ID for our KYC verification and the AI behind it to auto verify. We're using, can we tell them the name? We'll be using a brand new company we just launched. We named it 0 Point Solutions to do all of our payment processing. And then those two together will facilitate the KYC, which is know your customer. It's where we have to vet your ID and the selfie and all that kind of stuff that you have to do for anti-money laundering and stuff like that. So 0 Point and Anubis ID are both solutions that are part of purchasing to facilitate the purchase of a Anubit coin.
Yeah, and it'll all be seamless. It's not going to be like you're going to do this, hit this other
go
thing.
Here, go there. No, you'll be able to go to newbitcoin.com. All those other services will open up right in our thing.
A lot of that's back end stuff. You would never have to worry about it.
But you'll see a little message saying payment being processed by,
and it'll show on your statement. It'll show 0 Point at that point. But the whole process of buying and Anubits at that point will be pretty seamless across the board. So.
Yeah, and it's just extra steps for us to jump through. So thanks for bearing with us. It might delay our buy button by 2 days.
3 days maybe.
3 days. So it puts our buy button a couple days out. Those that have been waiting on that or referring people to that or
We'll put some on-nighters if we have to. We'll make sure it gets done.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend is pretty much shot.
Yeah.
So
well, I work Saturday and Sunday. I don't take days off.
Days off.
Days off. Look at those.
Crazy.
Takes a day off.
So, as we get closer to Ethereum's merge, I expect their price may keep going up. I'm not sure if it's enough to drag the whole crypto market up because they're still intent on pushing doom and gloom. You still look at all the articles. As soon as you see them talking about crypto recovery, then that means that the banks were able to depress it low enough to buy out what they wanted. There's been a bit of consolidation going, and
they're not done yet, but it looks like they have some.
Am I rooting against a recovery at this point?
Yes and no, because
Are you?
I am personally.
You want a recovery, or you want crypto to still have more of a shakeup?
We need cleanup. There's a little bit of cleanup left to do.
And in good times, when things are bountiful, when things are good, it covers up a lot of faulty business. It covers up a lot of mistakes. It overcompensates. But when things get if recession and things like that, people that have weak weak product, weak
Compa-
coin,
yeah,
weak
companies that
business
are,
models.
meme coins, a lot of those that are reliant on.
I just want them all to go away.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of any crypto that's reliant on its on crypto itself is pretty much going to go away.
If it doesn't have any
There's
application,
no applications. There's no. It's just like anything. You can't create a company that doesn't make anything, doesn't generate.
doesn't make lives
doesn't
better in
make-
any way,
yeah,
shape, or form.
Yeah, it's not going to work. It's just basic business, you know. But those are just going to go away for sure.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No. But in the meantime, there's definitely opportunity to be had. What we found in crypto is probably more true than most industries. Is if enough people, like especially if an influencer or promoter gets behind or billionaire tweets about it, doesn't matter how much utility or long term, they can send that price skyrocketing. And if you're positioned before that tweet happens, you can.
But it's still only temporary.
Yeah.
Until the hype
Reality
dies down,
sets.
reality sets. It's just all hype, and you need. I mean, it's not going to last.
Another thing I want to mention is we do have something kind of exciting brewing in the back end. I mentioned it yesterday in Telegram. We decided to preemptively, even ahead of the buy now button, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but what you're going to see coming up very quickly as we round this corner is announcements of something you could consider kind of strategic partnerships. So our merchant list of people that are on board to receive a new Bitcoin is we're going to put official means for people to sign up online as far as merchants signing up, and then people that we're kind of hand holding and to build that traction. We have people in the pocket basically.
Some local merchants and some regional
Some chains.
Yeah.
So you're going to see our merchant list of those who have pledged to take a Anubit coin as soon as we release our Anubit, Anubit Pay program. You're going to see that list, and we're going to announce on our website as the number of locations, and some big people will be listed by name, and then there's a whole lot of mom and pops. There's a whole range really. So that very quickly. So that's something that's going to be really adding if you're looking at our coin price. The utility is going to be one of the biggest things that determines. It's also going to be for those that are holding and you're like accumulating the coin right now when it's like more affordable. I don't want to say cheap again. More affordable right now, as you're going to see your rewards for holders rewards go nuts, because it's based on transactions. The more transactions up and down and volatility buys and sells on the network. As people are buying coin, trading it to vendors, and then vendors, either rebuy from their vendors or cash out. All of that is transactions, and your holders reward is going to go nuts. You guys are going to love it. Yeah. Even the price, even if we pegged it and it just stayed like a stable. Let's say we do a stable coin at like $100 or something. Just from holders reward, you'd be like, oh, this
every day it's like Christmas. You look at your wallet and just like. Whoa.
It's growing on its own, especially if you're getting like 3 to 5 coins a day, and you're like, oh, they're $100 a piece. I'm getting 3 to 5 a day. This is badass. So with that said, I don't expect the price. We're not going to peg it at 100. I'm the healthier the base gets, the bigger we'll let it go. So other than that, coin health in general is really good. The price, I'm sorry for those that were hoping the price was down a little lower. Lola works really hard, but the coin wants to go up in value. BNB has been dragging it up perpetually, and there's sales here and there. There's the holder count goes up and down a little bit, and it's been going net up consistently, but she's at the highest threshold she's ever been at to keep the price suppressed. So I get to peer into Lola's settings and see where she's at, and I'm like, holy crap, she doesn't want it to go up anymore, and it still is going up. So it's she's working her tail off to keep the price low, and I know that's kind of a counterintuitive thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, "Wait,
No,
you don't want it to
you don't want it
soar."
to soar, no.
For
That's artificial. That's for beginner crypto.
yeah, so when you have volatility for no reason, just going up and going down like crazy, and people see these crazy ups based on arbitrary stuff, you should be equally concerned that if it's not based on anything real, then it can go down crazy at any given moment. So however extreme it is in any direction, and that's why if you look at our coin, there's fluctuation for sure, but there's no, like, it's not, though it doesn't let it go too extreme until we take the foot off the brake.
She'll let it drop a bit and bring it back up, just because the algorithm's really like.
I like to describe her as a brake, though, more than a gas. Like, the market demand for our coin is going to be the gas. All she's able to do is hit the brake and keep it from flying. So, wallet in Telegram that is sitting at 40K Anubit, buying a big amounts every day, giving Lola a hard time. I can tell you that Lola's caught the attention of some people that are stealth. They want they're acquiring more and more, and and it's, you're gonna see more of that even when we're at $10, and as soon as we put this button out, we'll let it go to 10, and you'll see people that are gonna get wise to, I better start stacking this right now, and they do it. They're buying at intervals, and they're if they buy all at one pop, they risk pushing the price up, and they don't want to do that. They want to keep the price low. So yeah, they're smart. And some people are we get messages from, we're gonna start making some big waves really quickly, and you guys are gonna be like, remember back when we had more intimate streams? So we are starting to catch some attention, people reaching out for partnerships and things like that. A lot of them, honestly, I don't want to be partnered with a lot of people that are reaching out, just because I don't like who they are. I don't like the way they do business, and we're going to be very choosy of who we partner with. When the right people, and some of them, right people come along where we want to formalize something, then we will. As of now, we tend to look internal. Like, if we look out on the marketplace, like with payment processing, with our point system, forming a company, it's because we looked out at other ones. They all want too big of a cut, and they don't share the same vision we do. We're not we don't like gouging. I don't want to gouge. I want to make it. If something's good, you don't have to gouge for it. People will gravitate to it. And with payment processing, they do all these transactions, and they got to take these huge chunks. And I'm like, and I get people have to pay their staff and things like that, but and profit's not a bad name, but come on, people are tight on money. So for us, we're not in the business of making money off of getting people into our coin. That transaction, the credit card processing, 0 Point is going to have enough revenue to pay for it by just a tiny sliver, and then we're going to take them, let that company take just enough, and if they post no profit, I'm fine with that. If they break even, good. I'm cool with that, because for us, I want to create a giant ecosystem with our coin. The more we all of that doesn't really serve us. So if we license it out to other people, maybe we negotiate a different transactional rate than a 0 Point Solutions does with a new Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to get the stream wrapped up. I appreciate you guys checking in with us. Any other questions? If you're watching right now and you're not in our Telegram, go to newbitcoin.com, click on Telegram, download it, install it, chat with us. It's a great way to ask questions on the fly. Everyone in there you can talk to people that aren't even a member of the team. Our mods is in there great. A lot of our holders are in there. They can answer questions sometimes better, faster than I can.
They're awake.
They're
in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. Well, usually I'm catching up before I even get in there because once I get in there, it's kind of like, okay, I got to get back to work. I can stay in here all day because it's a good group. But so we are active in there. I don't want to make it sound like we're not. We're absolutely active in there, and we every question that goes on in there we try to answer. I don't think we let anything slip through the cracks. But there's funny, GIFs, GIF or GIF. I know it's spelled GIF.
People
Type a J or a G in chat depending on
it's
how you pronounce it.
it's been well. It started as GIF, and then other people say GIF, but I think it's a GIF.
A GIF.
That's
G. King of the Golf. It's pronounced. That's funny in so many ways.
well, GIF stands for graphics interchange format.
Yeah.
So you would
The G in
probably use
graphics,
the G,
yeah.
so-
But I've heard it pronounced GIF like crazy. But no, really. All right.
This is a
Well,
G.
we'll get the stream wrapped up. We have a lot to do on our end. We're Tanya's building a. It's not going to be too pretty, I don't think. Although she's a perfectionist.
Oh yeah.
So I might
have to do it if you want it to look ugly.
Yeah, I kind of want it to look ugly. Hey, question concerns me. Anubit coin deployer 98,000. What is the purpose of one holder to keep over 98% for me first sign of rug pull? Totally hear you. The way that we deploy tokens is through our Lola system. And so, yeah, there's a lot there. You can look in our coin code and see that we have liquidity locked and burnt. You can see that we have some anti-rug pull mechanics. You can see that after it hits 60%, once it reaches the 60,000 threshold, then it controls the release of coin without any outside information. At that point, Lola doesn't have anything to do with releasing new coins. It goes entirely into the coin contract. And if we wanted to dump those coins on the market just to gutter the price, we would have done it already. Great question. As coins are sold into the marketplace, you're going to see that wallet just go down, but it's not all being dumped in one like earth-shattering event. AI handles the release into the marketplace so for token health. So we've been trying to keep up. I know what a stable coin is, right? Stable coin's pegged at $1. It's great. And why they chose $1 is because, US dollar, let's just match it up with $1 US equals one coin. They could arbitrarily say $10 to one coin. They can peg it anywhere they want, I suppose, if it's done properly. We want, it's like a foundational coin where it's stable or steady, if you will, like more of a steady coin where there is more fluctuation there, and there is like a true stable coin. It's like 99.999 cents and then $1.001. It's very little fluctuation. There's not a lot of opportunity to generate wealth with stable coins because they're a good place to lock in where you're at, but they don't typically go up or down. So with ours, we want all the benefits of stability with none of the downsides of going down and none of the downsides of not having growth opportunity where like we can double our price, and whereas a stable coin can't do that. So we've done something new, and we powered it with AI. We used AI to power it, and we're doing something new. So what are the two main use of the coin? Two main use of any potential crypto is store of wealth and for transactionally in the same capacity of a currency. So the question is, how well suited are we at those main uses? So let's talk transactionally. Transactionally, the question is, what are the inherent fees built into the token or the coin? And ours are really low. We're on a network, the BNB Finance. Most coins are launched on BNB right now. I think the majority of them are, because it's fast transactions and it's low cost as far as the gas fees. And on top of that, a lot of new tokens, when you finally dig into what their fees are, their fees can be kind of on the higher side. Some of them are 5, 10, 15, 20% fees for tokens.
For our particular use, the high fees wouldn't work at all.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. So what we did, and those coins, nothing against them. They're good for store wealth, I guess. Is ours was meant to be used transactionally. So our fees are 1% buy and 2% sell, which is pretty darn low for the industry. The second is TPS.
TPS.
Am I missing an acronym in my brain?
Are we missing an acronym?
Yeah, spell it out for me. Pretend I'm stupid, because sometimes I am. The second use case, though, transactions per second. Yeah, there we go.
That's what we went on Binance.
Yeah,
transactions are pretty fast.
It has.
Not as fast as.
And here's the thing. Yeah, thank you so much, Vendetta. Yeah, Binance has pretty fast, especially compared to Ethereum and some of the other networks. Truth is, Binance serves its purpose right now. It was easy to deploy to. The BEP20 standard was pretty simple to work with. It's just same as the ERC20, flexible, but
a little harder. It would have been a lot more difficult to deploy on some Solana or one of those networks that actually are designed to have a TPS.
Personally, I like proof of history, which actually takes not only the proof of stake model, but also has a unified time clock function.
Which I think is the way we were talking. Once we go to our own blockchain,
that's what we'll do.
Probably going to do proof of history.
When on KuCoin and others, so KuCoin, we have pretty much everything we need to do that. The only thing we aren't in is CMC, which has been beat our head against the wall. The biggest pain.
We've done everything you could possibly do for CMC. I don't see. We dotted all our I's and crossed all our T's on there. So and we're waiting on them.
Yeah, we're waiting on CMC. Once we go on CMC,
then you can
or CoinGecko, we'll go on KuCoin too.
We've got KuCoin requires you to be on one of those before you.
And we've got the liquidity ready for them. We've got everything that's needed ready for KuCoin. I've got our legal opinion categorizing us as a utility token and not a security. That was a pretty penny through legal. Anubis T-shirt and partners.
My T-shirt.
Oh yeah. Anubis ID which is a shirt that Omar's wearing. Does our KYC. So you can go to anubisid.com. It is something the team developed. A different project, different company. Something the team developed. And partners and merchants, you kind of miss that, Vendetta. We will have a network of merchants, some that are mom and pop, some that are, thank you, Adam, yeah. Some that are big chains are going to be coming on board to accept Anubits as payment. So the other thing that crypto is good is proof of, or not proof of, but a store of wealth. So Anubit does a better job than anybody else at store of wealth because it has less volatility of the price. Once it goes up, it's pretty well locked there, give or take. And the second thing with Anubit that's wonderful is the more coins you hold, you get holders reward. And here's the thing, that 98 million or whatever tokens, as that go right now as it sits, it's not included in the holder's reward. It doesn't get a percent of the transactions. It's exempted or excluded from that. We're actually the only ones that exclude any of the developer type wallets. That's the big secret in holder's reward. Every other one that we saw that did any type of holder's reward would inefficient for pushing out the rewards to people, so that they were losing coin on extra distribution fees like gas so you're losing money that way. And whoever developed or pre-set up the wallets. They didn't exclude those wallets from receiving the reward, so they get most of the reward.
Yeah.
So, which is, if someone owns 90% or 50% of all the wallets, right? And then the rewards go to them.
Yeah.
They're trimming 50% of all the rewards right in underneath the table.
Yeah. And for anybody familiar with coding, you can look right in our constructor, our BEP20 source code, right in constructor, where we literally labeled it, where we're showing where we're excluding that one wallet, because a lot of people say, well, yeah, well, if you
we're going through these other ones. I'm like, once you see it, you're like, oh
Wait a
crap,
minute,
they're
that's
stealing. So I mean,
not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair. So we set it up so it's fair. We don't take any of the rewards.
They're going to be mad at us, actually, the other coins,
For ratting them out?
We ratted out a ton of coins.
Yeah. They had it coming.
They don't know. Well, they actually know where we live, so we could have.
Yeah. We know where you're at.
They might spit in your coffee.
Great. Telegram has a wealth of info. A lot of people. We will have shirts coming out. It won't have this Anubis icon. We have custom logos being developed just for. We've been going back and doing revisions behind the scenes just for tweaks here and there to get it final. And it's going to be a base so that the NFTs are built off of it, and everything's going to stem right off of. We have some exciting stuff, and I do it. All right. I don't want to wear stuff that looks terrible. So we like stuff to look kind of clean and nice. Even like Anubis ID, if you look at the logo there, kind of modern looking. And we do have, we don't like wearing things that look like shit. So that's original design logo. That
Tanya.
Yeah, Tanya busted that out. So anyway, but we're working with some other artists, and we're really happy. So we have 3D characters coming out, stuff that as we do this, the models can go into games and
I
other.
haven't really been looking at the new Anubis
Sick
NFT deal.
Yeah, sick.
I've seen some post previews that were pretty badass.
So to recap the primary question on there, what's the utility? It's going to be transactional. And store of wealth, the two main functions. We do both killer. It's phenomenal. We actually, when the way we did it in the code for the distribution of the holder's reward is the most efficient. Like, you don't lose any fees, gas or anything like that. And there's different mechanics, push pull and all that kind of stuff, but you don't lose any gas, and we exclude the main wallet holder from any participation. So it's all truly being distributed out to the holders, which is where it should be going. The other thing is transactionally, we have those low fees, and we're already started behind the scenes building a merchant network that is going to change the way people look at crypto. It won't be just
real world merchant network, actual businesses you can walk into.
Yeah, whether it's a coffee shop, tea,
oil
change, all of that, where you can just very easily pay with your Anubits without having to jump through too many hoops. Other than that, I said we were going to get wrapped up 15 minutes ago. So Omar's actually our lead developer, and I'm just the guy here doing flowcharts and drinking coffee. So filling out paperwork and having fun on Telegram. So anyway, thank you guys. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you guys on Friday for tomorrow's stream. Hopefully some things have come together and I can make some announcements. But thank you, Adam, for the Telegram link. And we will, any other questions, take them to Telegram, please. And we will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Let me